Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue dans une nouvelle vidéo sur Learn to French. Je m'appelle Eden et j'enseigne le français. Hello and welcome to another video on Learn to French. So if you are new here, my name is Eden and I teach French. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how to learn more about French culture. So of course this video is going to be in English because I am going to give you some tips on how to learn more about French culture, and this is also suitable if you are a beginner in French. So you have decided to learn French and you're asking, okay, so where do I go from here? Well, today let me just give you a few tips on that. So as I often say, and I might sound like a broken record here, it's really important when you learn a language to learn not only the language, but also the culture or cultures associated to that language. So today we're going to talk about the French culture in France. So why would you need to learn more about French culture? Well, first of all, the world around us is becoming more and more complex. So unless you live under a rock, you will have to express yourself in this changing world, constantly changing world, in your job or even in social interactions. So every day, an overwhelming amount of information falls on us through television or social media. To be able to process this information, it is essential that you understand the content that you are having, and it's also essential for you to form an opinion on that. So the more solid knowledge you have about a topic, the better you will be able to express yourself when needed. So let's talk about the tools that can help you do that. So, what to read? Of course, reading is a great way to learn more about French culture. I'm not talking about only books here. You can obviously read books, but there is also so much content online. It's also important to choose and select the type of content you would like to absorb. So here are some of the content that I would recommend reading. Remember, learning can also be fun, so it doesn't have to be a chore every time. So something fun that you can read, especially if you're a woman like me, it would be the website Beauté Test. So on that website, you will be able to read some beauty reviews. So products or things that you're going to use, everything that's related to beauty. So I love reading reviews before buying something. It actually helps me feel safer and it helps me choose wisely where I put my money. Hopefully. So this website shares some beauty tips. It's basically a beauty blog in French, and also they share the latest news in the industry. So websites such as Beauté Test can be a great resource to learn more about French culture, as you get to see what the French like to use and what they think about a particular product. Of course, this doesn't only apply to beauty products. Of course, you can also check out some online magazines that I'm going to link in the description of this video. Another website that you can also check out is Ensemble en France, and especially their blog. So if you want to learn more about French culture in particular, there's also the option of learning about it through a website that specializes in French society. This blog is a resource space on French society made for people who move to France. So it provides answers to their daily intercultural questions, it helps them discover the subtleties of the French language, and it helps them overcome them. So those were just some examples of things that you can read aside from books and aside from all the things that I've already recommended here on my channel. You can add those to the list. Now, what can you watch if you want to learn more about the French culture? this is where I will talk about today's wonderful partner, LingoPie. So the reason I am introducing this platform to you is because I think it definitely deserves to be on this list. So what exactly is LingoPie? Well, LingoPie is a subscription video on demand, or VOD, platform for language learners. So I thought that it was an amazing concept. The best thing about LingoPie is that you can perfect your French. You can choose from a variety of French TV shows and movies that match your interests, also your language level. LingoPie uses interactive features like bilingual subtitles, flashcards, and quizzes to help you learn new vocabulary and grammar concepts in context. So I think that it's a perfect way to immerse yourself in French culture while improving your language skills. In addition to all of this, LingoPie has just launched a new feature where you can watch a selection of Netflix shows powered by LingoPie. So by doing so, you will be able to learn real native conversation, slang, street language, and popular French culture overall. So what I also like about this platform is that new content is released weekly, which is actually pretty amazing. With LingoPie's affordable subscription plans, it has never been easier to learn French. And I have good news for you. If you want to take your French to the next level, you can click on the link in the description of this video. Then you can start a 7-day free trial, and you can also enjoy a 55% discount on your annual plan. So if you want to try it out, then don't forget to click on the link in the description of this video. So let's head back to the things that you can watch if you want to learn more about French culture. I'm not going to annoy you with too many channels today, and I'm not going to mention my YouTube channel, but you are definitely going to need to check out some of these awesome channels that I have for you. The first one would be for science lovers, Science Étonnante. And Science Étonnante is actually a French science channel, and they actually talk about science in a fun way, and I think that it's a pretty good channel to watch. Dessine-moi l'écho. So Dessine-moi l'écho means draw the economy for me. And this is for those who want to learn more about economy, but also about the French economy and workplace. I also happen to check out this channel because I think it's pretty interesting, even if you're a native French speaker like myself. Another one that can be interesting for you, but this is more suitable for advanced learners, and this channel is called Marketing Mania. And it's from a French YouTuber. He basically talks about interesting topics regarding marketing. He really does longer videos, and he also has a podcast. But yeah, I think Marketing Mania is a very good channel, and he also has subtitles in French. Another resource I wanted to talk to you about today would be the French news channels. Of course, there are channels that I've already recommended before, such as TV5, but there are also the local news channels and programs. So, for example, if you're in France and if you have access to French television, you should tune in at 8 p.m. for Le Journal de 20h, which is basically the national news that airs at 8 p.m. On France 2. But you also have the possibility to check out BFM TV or CNews. So those are channels that you can have access to online or on your television. Yeah, and those are continuous information channels. However, I am not the biggest fan of news channels, as most of the time, well, let's say it, they don't really talk about good things all the time. Especially if something bad happened, then they are going to talk about it continuously. And that can definitely ruin your mood in a few seconds. So I would say be cautious. If you're a sensitive person, news channels might not be the best for you. but you can always head over to Google News if you want to read something more interesting or check out some French YouTubers online. So another thing that will help you learn more about French culture, and I think that this is also an obvious one, visit French cultural institutions. So if you have the opportunity to travel to France, of course, be sure to visit museums, art galleries, and historical sites, which we have tons of in France. This will give you a first-hand experience of the country's rich culture and history. So that's also a great way for you to learn more about French culture, but also have some fun. Another thing that you can do is attend French events and festivals. So you can look for local French cultural events, even if you're abroad in your area, especially during Bastille Day, so July the 14th, or during French film festivals. If you have an Alliance Française or an Institut Français, then make sure to check out if they have any events that they are organizing. That could also be a great way for you to meet people and maybe practice your French as well. An indirect way that you can also learn more about French culture would be French cuisine. It is a well-known fact that French cuisine is actually one of the best. And learning about the different dishes and ingredients can also help you understand the culture and the customs that we have in France and that the French people have. So I think that if you try to look for French dishes or try to cook them, that's also a great way for you to learn about French culture, because food is also part of our culture and heritage here in France. So overall, immersing yourself in French can be a fun and effective way to improve your French language skills. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you want to check out LingoPie, then make sure to click on the link in the description of this video, and you'll be able to enjoy your 7-day free trial and a 55% discount on your annual plan. But the best part is that you will get to learn French or improve your French by watching TV shows. Merci beaucoup d'être resté avec moi aujourd'hui et je vous dis à très bientôt pour une nouvelle vidéo sur Learn to French. Au revoir!